Hey guys, what's going on? MaxFTE here, and today I'm back with another Pokemon Go video. Today, Master Premier is finally back after many seasons, and we're going to be diving straight in with a team of Annihilape, Gyarados, and Florges. But yeah, did you also know that only 3.5% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed? So if you're enjoying, make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe, and help us on the road to 10k. But yeah, let's jump into the battles. So I'm going to be trying a new sort of layup here with the, layout, with the sort of actual moves on the side now as well. I have had a couple comments, sort of requesting that. So I'll try it out. I'll probably change it as, I sort of do it a bit more and get more used to how it looks and the sort of sizing of text and that sort of thing. But let me know your thoughts on it if you sort of prefer it or if it's a bit clunky or any even suggestions about it that you think would look better. But yeah, we've also changed the IVs to now underneath the Pokemon. Just changed it up a little, Master Premier, it's finally back after many seasons. It's been... I genuinely can't remember the last time we had it. However, there's been a lot of new additions into the meta since Master Premier has been gone. Things like Annihilape, we do have as well as Skeledirge. Skeledirge a bit more uncommon, however... I've been caught out by it a couple of times, and so yeah, glad to finally have this meta back. It's a good fun one, and yeah, a bit more accessible than just regular Master League. Well, it's way more accessible because you're not having to raid heaps of times to get each legendary. So yeah, good to get this league back. Florges up against the Gyarados here. They're gonna shield up the move that we threw. We're probably going to let this go through, I want to say. No, they threw a crunch and I shielded that up. Well done. And they have a Dragonite, which is game over at this point. We can just go straight for the Moonblast. This is going to do very nice damage against them. Not quite going to take them out, however. We're just going to keep farming all the way down. Nothing they can throw at this point would take us out other than a Hurricane. But, I mean, who runs Hurricane on Dragonite? Nobody. And so... they come into the Gyarados because they've got nothing left. We go for the Moonblast, and this is going to take them out, which is a win for us. Next battle, Annihilape on the lead versus Dragonite. Not the greatest lead, so we're just going to go straight into our Gyarados here and just to see what they do. They are going to stay in for a bit and going to build up to the Dragon Claw. So we're going to shield that up just because this team is very... Switch advantage is obviously really nice for it. You can sort of wiggle your way out of things, but obviously Florges is it's an interesting Pokemon in that generally you either win pretty heavily or lose pretty heavily with it just because it's only got fairy type moves. So if you're good up against something with the Florges, you're just going to wall them and vice versa. So we'd like to play for Switch with the Dragon Breath Gyarados here, and so Excadrill goes for Rock Slide. We're going to shield that up and go for our own Aqua Tail. This is probably going to grab a shield because they have also been dropping as many shields as us. They are going to swap into their Dragonite and snipe us. So unfortunately we don't get to another move. However, we were pretty low anyway. We are now able to come into our Florges and wall their Dragonite. Because they swapped into their Dragonite, they can't swap out. Their Excadrill is still alive, but I believe at this point it doesn't actually have any HP left or energy, so it's pretty useless. Would maybe be able to go for a catch at some point, but we should hopefully be okay. Excuse me. Annihilape into the Metagross. This is not the worst. They're doing neutral, and that was their only play there, was catching a Shadow Ball onto the Excadrill. However, I knew that was coming, anticipated it, and so I'm going to just farm them all the way down, go for a Shadow Ball and take them out. Next game, Excadrill versus our Annihilape, which is really good. We come in with our Florges against their Dragonite, and things are just looking even better for us. Just looking amazing so far. They're just going to go for a Dragon Claw, going to build up a lot of energy and just go for a Moonblast, hopefully taking them out. Did build up a little extra energy, which is quite nice. Thankfully, Excadrill is quite frail in that, obviously it is a steel type, however, it's because it is so frail, you can still do a good chunk of damage with the Florigis, which is really nice. They're going to go for the drill run. I do think Scorching Sands is a bit better on Excadrill. I'm like 90% sure. And so we do actually grab a shield with a fairy type against a steel type, which is just remarkable. Gonna go for the disarming voice. We actually grab both shields with a Florigis against an Excadrill, which is just crazy. We're gonna come in with our Annihilape, and they're gonna throw 2 back-to-back moves. Gonna let the first one go through and shield the second one up, just to preserve a little bit of health on our Excadrill. They're gonna come in with a Togekiss, which is... Togekiss is a little iffy for this team, just because having Dragon Breath on the Gyarados. However, we are going to just fire off the Aqua Tails and hopefully... Oh, excuse me. Oh, Jesus. Can shield that up the Ancient Power. I was just really praying that they didn't get the boost, which thankfully they never. And so, gonna launch the Aqua Tail again. And I think at this point I can just barely farm all the way down, which is really lucky. Gonna go straight into the Aqua Tail, which I didn't actually realize. I didn't farm down with the intent of knowing that I was gonna CMP with the Excadrill. I don't actually know who wins CMP out of Annihilape and Excadrill, so I think had I just gone straight for a move against the Togekiss, I probably would have thrown that game. So totally unintentionally won it, but I mean, we'll pretend I deliberately did that, you know? They're going to throw a crunch up against our Gyarados, and so thankfully I don't think they got the attack drop there, and so defense drop, sorry, I should say. We don't get it either, which is a shame. They're going to come into a Dragonite and catch the Aqua Tail, which isn't amazing. I mean, it is a bit of wasted energy. However, it does mean that Florigis is able to come in and just totally wall this thing. Because, to be honest, like, it doesn't make a difference in the matchup whether I got to a Crunch or an Aqua Tail. Like, I wouldn't have been able to win Switch. I wouldn't have gotten a shield, and so... Either way, they're still getting walled by the Florigis, so the catch was a bit meaningless there, but it is what it is. We're gonna go for a disarming voice, just gonna take them out there, and gonna see what they are gonna come in with. Probably the Gyarados and the move that they've got. However, it is actually the Excadrill, and so we are going to, I want to say we're gonna shield up and farm all the way down. No, we're actually going to let the... Oh, okay, I remember. Yes, I remember this game. So we're going to counter all the way down. And we're also going to double shield and just counter all the way down. Just because they're at 2 shields as well, there's no point in throwing moves here. Just because I know that I'll be able to counter all the way down with a 2 shield... With a 2 shield... 2 shield drill run shield, if you know what I mean. I'm stumbling on my words here, right? But yeah, we do win that game, managed to counter all the way down, which is really good. Next battle, Annihilape into Gyarados. Same thing here, there's a lot of Dragon Breath Gyarados. I haven't actually seen one Waterfall Gyarados yet, which is interesting to see. And so they're gonna let that Crunch go through, sorry, and I'm just gonna go straight for a Crunch, hoping for the defense drop. And fingers crossed for the boost. Which, it gets shielded up, and we also get the defense drop, which is really nice. I want to say, yeah, I'll shield that up, and I'll go for another, probably go for another Crunch. I want to say this will definitely get shielded as well, if the first one got shielded, just because this one will be doing even more damage, and we do get a second defense drop, which is just beautiful. At this point, we're happy to let this go through. Gyarados has done his job. And so, yeah, now we can just counter all the way down. I want to say I shield. Yeah, shield that up. That would have done a lot of neutral damage. And so we can come in with whatever comes in for a lot of energy. They're going to throw a Crunch. Doesn't do as much damage as I thought it would. I honestly think here I might have gotten away with throwing an Ice Punch. I just haven't used Annihilate much in the Master League before, so... I wasn't sure how much damage things would do. Golden Go, I don't know how you say it, really threw me off here. I always, for some reason, I just think this thing's mythical in the same sort of way that Melmetal is. This really surprises me. I was like, hold on a minute, I don't think this is supposed to be here. However, it is just a not mythical. Totally forgot about that. Did also, like, I've never seen this thing before, so even just going up against it was wild. And so, gonna go for the Moonblast. It is unfortunately quite frail for it, so even up against a Florges, we pretty much take out the entire thing, which is beautiful. I didn't know if they were gonna have a move, so I just go straight for the Ice Punch. In my head, I was like, there's no way this thing has more attack stat than Annihilape, so we can go for the move and take them out. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't enjoy, leave a dislike, let me know why in the comments. Also, let me know your thoughts on the sort of new layout at the side, if you enjoy it, if it's too clunky, if it's too much. But yeah, so see you guys in the next video. See ya, peace.